What's going on, my fellow Street Fighters? Man, are we in for a treat tonight, boys and girls? What I have before me is the one and only Ryu, produced by Iconiq Studios in collaboration with TbLeague. A 6th scale Ryu is a figure I've waited for, I'd say, over 15 years at this point. There have been attempts before from other companies, but for some strange reason they just never followed through with it. So right now it feels a little bit like a miracle that I finally have a 6th scale Ryu. And I'm a little torn, because on one hand, it's a 6th scale Ryu, and on the other, it's based off of Street Fighter V, a game with very interesting aesthetics and character designs that I'm not the biggest fan of. This is by no means a knock towards Iconiq Studios and TbLeague. They understood the assignment. They took the designs of the impossible and made it possible. And despite not being a big fan of the aesthetics, I still love this figure just because of what it represents. Daigo Ikeno is one of my favorite artists and character designers over at Capcom, but his design philosophy behind the characters of Street Fighter, I think he took things just a little too far. I'm aware that big hands and big feet have been a thing since Street Fighter Alpha, but when you take 2D art and translate it into 3D, it doesn't translate as well, unless you go for the cel-shaded look like Guilty Gear. Of all the games that Ryu's been featured in, from a design standpoint, my favorites are Street Fighter 3 and Capcom vs. SNK. Yeah, I know, Street Fighter 3 also has big hands and big feet, but it's still within reason. And proportionately speaking, maybe it's because of the loose-fitting gi, but he looks taller, slender, not like some overgrown toddler with sausage links for arms and clown feet like we see in Street Fighter V. I still love this figure, by the way, because of what it represents, and also the amount of fun I had with it. And I really have to appreciate the love that Iconiq Studios and TbLeague poured into this figure. I apologize for the interruption, but hear me out, please. Andy, Iconiq Studios, and TbLeague, I know you have your hands full with Street Fighter and Silent Hill, but this is something you cannot ignore. I beseech you, please consider the SNK franchises such as King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, especially Mark of the Wolves, and Samurai Showdown. With the way how amazing and accurate Ryu came out, I feel like Iconiq Studios and TbLeague are the only company that are fit to bringing these characters to life. I appreciate what came before from companies such as Genesis, Worldbox, and Tunchi Studios. However, they all come up short and could be better, just like Ryu's medium kick. God, I hate Street Fighter V. I hate what you did to this character. How could you take away one of his most important moves and just... You nerfed him to hell, and thank God we're getting Street Fighter 6. Anyway, if Ryu is anything to go by, I can only imagine what a Terry Bogard produced by Iconiq Studios would look like. And it's glorious. And here is where this figure shines. Aside from looking accurate as hell to the character model, the articulation is phenomenal. He can pretty much pull off any pose from the game, within reason of course, as there are still limitations due to the body and the bulk. I suppose if the metal frame within the silicone body had tighter joints or ratchet joints, challenging poses such as the Hadouken or the axe kick would be a non-issue. Of course, the true test for this figure's posability is if it can pull off the donkey kick, and that is very important to me. Oh my goodness. Yep, pack it in guys, figure of the year right here.
Resurrection. You know what they say, the third strike is what counts. You know pain you can get into, don't think that I can't knock you.
Thank you to Andy, Iconiq Studios, and TbLeague for fulfilling this dream of mine of owning a 6th scale Ryu. I'm pretty sure the road getting here was not easy. Now that this figure is no longer a figment of my imagination, I've become greedy. Ugly Street Fighter V aesthetics be damned, I want them all. I want all of the Street Fighters.
It's over.
Ryu is my favorite fighting game character of all time, tied with Terry Bogard. Finally having this in hand and having played with it, I'm still astonished at just how amazing it turned out. Seriously, the team over at Iconiq Studios and TbLeague and Andy, give yourselves a round of applause. This came out perfect. I'm extremely looking forward to Ken and to whoever else they have planned. And shout out to my buddy Drace Point, who is a huge Zangief main. I am really looking forward to a Zangief figure because, man, it's gonna be a monstrous thing and it's gonna be fun to look at and play with. With how phenomenal this turned out, I'm really hoping that Iconiq Studios can acquire other licenses. With the way how Street Fighter had such an impact on the video game industry back in the day and created the fighting game phenomena, I'm hoping this figure can do the same for 6th scale collectibles based off of fighting game characters. Thanks for watching, my fellow Street Fighters. I'll see you in the next round.
嵐になれ誰よりも強く男なら嵐になれ話に置きだき